Hello, my name's Jane Brogan and I'm from Elna UK, and today we're going to be having a look at the Elna 580 sewing machine. So the Elna Excellence 580 Plus machine has got a longer throat space than your standard sewing machine, which is 8¼ inches, so you've got more space to put bigger projects through as well. It's still a 7mm stitch width and it comes with a lot of different features as well. So we have a digital screen, which we'll have a look at in a minute. And we've also, I'm just going to take you through the different buttons. So we've got a start stop, so we don't have to use the foot pedal if we don't want to. Reverse, automatic lock stitch, needle up down, and the automatic cut. And again, we've got the speed control, tortoise and hare. That's quite self-explanatory. So the Elna 580, it comes with a semi-rigid case. It's a nice red heavy canvas case. You can take it up here. Got the Elna on there as well. We can take this back and we've got a lovely pocket here to keep our foot control, power lead, any bits and pieces of sewing stuff that you want to take away with you. And then when we lift it up, again, it's got the large slot in the top here so you can put the carry handle through, so it's really easy to use. It's a great dust cover to pop on when you're not using your sewing machine. The Elna also comes with a large extension table. You can see that. So it's a large extension table which is fitted to the machine. We've already put half of the leg supports in here. What I would say is please don't over tighten the screws because you will split the plate. Again, if we turn it over, another good feature, one I remember, is you've got rulers on here, centimetres and inches as well. Pop this over. You can see on the underside we've got the little feet holders, I suppose I would call them, in here. All the little legs will come in a pack. They've also got, let me just pop this one back down, they've also got little foam pads that you can pop on the bottom so you don't scratch your work surface, and they will just clip in onto your machine like that, and they're quite firm, but you need to turn them to get them in there correctly. If you don't, you'll think, oh, they're loose, and try and tighten them up, but don't. If you need to take them off for storage, I would always recommend that you mark them like 1, 2, 3 and 4, maybe with a Sharpie or something, so you can put the correct leg back in the correct place, so you haven't got to keep resetting the table every time you come to use it again. Now we're going to have a look at the feet that come with the machine. So first of all, we've got standard foot control with the machine here, which just plugs in. It's quite a normal one, so I'm going to pop that out of the way. And it does come with a good range of feet, the machine. We're going to start off, we're just going to have a quick look round on them. Actually, just 1 minute, just 1 second. Does that? No, it doesn't. I've just suddenly thought, does it have a straight stitch plate? It doesn't, right, so we're going to start again. So now we're going to have a quick look at the range of feet that come with the sewing machine and the other bits and pieces like your screwdriver, lint brush, seam ripper. We've got 3 different types of spool caps again here. The large ones, the small ones, and the special spool caps for your longer threads. They're normally on cardboard centres, so they're quite long, so they pop in. They're the only ones that will go in with the little, I suppose, teeth pointing inwards to hold it nice and secure for you. You get a pack of needles with the machine as well, so you've got a twin needle, some blue tips, purple tip and a red tip in there. A spare spool holder. You come with a buttonhole foot. Again, this may well be in the accessory box on the front of the machine when you receive your machine, so it's always worth having a little look in there. You will get 4 bobbins with the machine. 1 will be in and the other 3 will be in the box with it. And the presser feet that we get with the machine, the presser foot A will always be on the machine, which is your standard sewing foot that you'd use for most of the time. We've got a little hemmer foot. We've got a blind hem foot here. We've got a 1/4 inch foot, over edge foot, zip foot, and then we've got a closed and an open toe satin stitch foot as well. So it's a really good range of machine feet, and I've also got here the little stylus which I'm using, which is great for using stitch selection on the screen. Now I think we'll just have a quick look around the machine and see how all the features and functions work. The machine also comes with a very comprehensive manual, which is well worth taking the time to look at when you first get it home. When you've unboxed the machine, take the manual out and just have a little check through on here, because it will show us everything that comes with the machine, so you can check it off to make sure you found it all in the box. And then the machine, we go through threading up, how to wind a bobbin, all the different things that you need to know, how to insert your bobbin, and then we just go through everything in the book. It will tell you what presser foot to use for which stitch. Let me just find a little one here. So your basic sewing, so you've got, it tells you what mode you're in, automatic thread tension, zigzag foot A, and foot pressure is 5. You've got a lot of information in this manual about all the different features of the machine, so it's worth taking your time to look through it. You've got here on your different buttonholes and what would you use them for, hemming, everything's in here. There's also a little bit at the back on troubleshooting, and if you get any warning signals, what they actually mean for you. So it's well worth taking time to familiarise yourself. So now we're just going to take a quick tour around the machine to show you some of the different features that are on there. The first one I want to show you is a little flap here that lifts up, and this is foot storage. You'll find the Elna pivot pins in here, and you've got on the front of each little box, as you see it, you've got A, C, D. It tells you what foot goes where, and these do actually tilt forward as well. So I knew I'd lost a zipper foot earlier. So they will tilt forward and tell you what foot goes in there. It's a really nice way of storing all your feet. You've also got a storage box on the front here with a little tray in there for popping in your bobbins, any extra feet and any bits and pieces that you want to. And in the bottom you would tend to keep your seam ripper, screwdriver, things like that, and pop that back in. And like all these machines, this will free arm, so we can slide this off to pop the table on, but it's also great with the free arm function if you're doing round trouser legs, bags, anything like that, circular, so you can actually take it right round the free arm here. Pop that back on again, just slides on. So I'm going to close that down now and lift up the lid here. So this is where we've got all our stitches. So it's a really nice quick reference guide. So we've got mode 1 is utility and buttonholes, mode 2 covers all your decorative and quilting stitches, and then mode 3, 4 and 5 are different alphabets. You've got a 7mm alphabet on here with upper and lower case. You've got the Cyrillic alphabets on there as well. It's a really nice, easy machine to use. So now we're going to have a look at the digital screen and show you how to find your way around this. Again, as with all sewing machines, it will always default onto a straight stitch when you switch it on at first. It's telling us we're in mode 1, we're on stitch 01, and we need to use the A foot. It's showing us a straight stitch little symbol here. Here we've got the width and the length. These are easily changed on the screen here, just digitally. So, and if we go off that stitch, it won't save, it will go back to the default setting next time we go back. But the beauty of having the digital screen is that you can actually take a note if you've altered your stitch settings, so you can go straight back to them when you start sewing them again. And again, we've got modes on here. So mode 1 is all the utility and buttonholes up here. So if I want a lightning stitch for doing some stretchy fabric, it's 009. And that's taken me straight to that stitch with the default settings. A lovely feature on this machine is if I'm doing that, then I think, oh, I just want to go back to a straight stitch now, I can press on the little icon here and it will take me straight back to a straight stitch. This one moves the needle to the left. We have a zigzag and we have a standard buttonhole here as well. All the information is always on this screen for you. So if I want to go into mode 2, if I want to do a decorative stitch, which is in mode 2, I'll press mode and it's taken me straight into mode 2. And again, it will default to the first stitch that's shown on there, which is an applique. But I want to do stitch number 81. So I just key in 81 and it's taken me straight there. It's very easy to use, very easy to follow. And again, we've got the width and the length here. We've got the quick return. We've also got a little icon here which has got the lock stitch button and the cut on it. So if I activate that, the little scissors are now actually showing on the screen. So that means every time I press the lock stitch, it's going to automatically cut the thread for me. I don't have to do anything at all. Again, we've got a twin needle safety here, mirror image, and we've got a start over function, which is a very handy little function. It means if you're sort of turning a corner or doing anything like that halfway through a decorative stitch, if you press this, it will take you back to the start of the stitch. So you know exactly where you're going with it. You're not going to have to guess which bit am I on. It's a really nice feature, especially one worth playing with if you do a lot of applique. You can get some lovely corners using this feature. So it's very nice and easy to use. Let's start again. So it's a really easy to use sewing machine, this, with masses of features. Again, we can combine stitches, we can memorise them using this feature here. So if I want stitch 81, I'll put memory, and then next stitch 82 and memory, and I can keep building them up like that. And again, if we need to do them as a new pattern, we can just leave it. If we want to stop after the first ones we've keyed in, we're on the top here, we have a lock stitch, which is number 89, and again we have a space next to it. So I would just key in 89 and memory, and that will stop there. That will just show the stitches I've selected out for me. If you want to cancel stitches, we can go back and we can cancel them. So it's very, very straightforward to use. Once you've used it for about an hour or so, just play around with the machine and get used to all the different features on it, and you will find it's a very, very straightforward machine to use with a huge range of really good features for you.